When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Whoa!
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories. More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You'll know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 months. Before you know it, we'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.com.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on. When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
From half court! Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is caught!
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
come on!
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
And we welcome you to Providence Catholic High School for our Class 5A state semifinal here between the Providence Catholic Celtics and the Oak Forest Bengals. The winner of this one going downstate for the Class 5A state championship game at 10 o'clock. Saturday morning, Thanksgiving weekend, the step before the big step. Glad you're with us here on this beautiful Saturday. A little overcast right now, temperatures heading up and towards the 50-degree mark. I'm Matt Rodewald, Andy Diekert with me as well as we get you ready for kind of an improbable semifinal. When you think about Oak Forest, 11-1 getting here, they've continued to rattle off wins, but defied expectations on continuing to do so.
Yeah, it's hard to say if they've played a team quite like the Providence Catholic Celtics, but they definitely have the rapport and the solid playmakers able to get themselves in the semifinal position. We'll go ahead and spotlight their quarterback, Danny Chop, Class 5A All-State quarterback, Conference Player of the Year. They don't throw the ball that much, but when Chop's required to put the ball in the air, it's gone well. 982 yards, completing about 60% of his passes, 15 touchdowns to only 1 interception. What sets him apart, though, is what he can do on the ground. 777 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns with his feet, man.
These are two good teams in terms of their offenses. They've been able to produce points throughout the year. Of course, Providence Catholic, their schedule with a couple of losses, but Lincoln Way Central, St. Francis, obviously Joliet Catholic right towards the end of the season, kind of put them in this position to kind of make this run. And being back at home in their 20th semifinal appearance, you know, Andy, they haven't won a semifinal game here since 2001, so they've won some semifinals to get downstate, but they'd like to actually celebrate in front of their home fans today.
Yeah, talk about a storied program. 10 state championships for the Providence Catholic Celtics, and funny enough, it's been 11 years since their last one. That almost seems like too long to some of these fans in attendance here. So a fantastic facility, fantastic team, and they have their hands full today with the Oak Forest Bengals.
It is a beautiful day, and we say that with respect to November. We'll take it. No weather. 10 years ago yesterday, we had 15 inches of snow. A lot of folks remembering those blizzard games in the state semifinals, and we're just glad to be dry on this brisk but beautiful day here at Providence Catholic. We'll take a timeout, get you ready for this one as we get closer to the state semifinal in Class 5A. It's Providence Catholic at 9-3 taking on the Bengals of Oak Forest, the South Suburban Blue Champions, making their first appearance in the semifinals in 18 years, and the Bengals hoping to go downstate for the very first time. This is the IHSA State Semifinals here on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
All right, welcome back here to Providence Catholic Bishop Caffer Stadium as the teams have entered the field, and you get the pregame festivities that you typically get here at Providence with the bagpipes right at midfield. Oak Forest standing on the end line, ready for the anthem, helmets off, been standing there a while. A lot of thoughts going through those kids' heads, playing in the biggest game that the school's played in about 18 years. And for these sophomores, they started the season as these seniors, I should say, they started at 2-7 as sophomores. So the fact that they are here is nothing short of remarkable in terms of their success. Providence Catholic used to being in this position, but trying to get downstate for the second time in 4 years. Let's take a listen to the public address as we go for the national anthem.
And your Providence Catholic Celtics. Will everyone please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Providence Catholic High School freshman Eli Albee.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Outstanding, young man. Good job, kiddo.
National anthem here in Providence Catholic. You get to this point in the season and all the preparation, all the practice, everything that you've gone through comes down to this moment. 2.5 hours playing perfect football. Oak Forest knows they have to do that. Providence Catholic knows they have a little wiggle room here, but they need to execute more than anything else. And Andy, this is going to see how these two teams come out here early.
Yeah, certainly. I think the first, any coach would tell you, it's that first couple of possessions that really dictate the pace and the momentum of a game, no less a state semifinal one like this. You know, Providence Catholic, we talked about how much of a storied program they are. These fans in attendance, a lot of these students know what's expected of them in terms of excellence on the field. Oak Forest, though, you mentioned it already, biggest game in probably nearly 20 years for this program. So both teams definitely fired up, maybe with some different motivations, but the end goal remains the same, get that W at the end of the day.
Head coach for the Providence Catholic Celtics, Tyler Plants. He is a Providence guy through and through, 2010 graduate, 30 wins in his 4 seasons so far. He was a state final player in 2009, state final coach in 2022. One thing missing from his resume is a state championship, and so we shall see if he can actually clinch that bid to get back for the second time in 4 years. I believe we've actually done the coin toss, which is remarkable. Usually that's done a good 5-10 minutes ago. I don't think we have seen that yet, so we're actually going to be able to watch it for you. And so we look at we're right on time here. And again, temperatures in the upper 40s, going up to 51 today. And we can't ask for any better weather when it comes down to it.
It's truly football weather in the best sense of the word. Normally it's when it's pouring, everything's muddy and wet, no one really wants to be here, but this is some solid football weather, especially for mid-October. November, rather.
November.
See, the weather's so nice, I forgot where we're at.
All you have to do is look at the trees to see that the leaves are gone to know which month it is more than anything else when you got a football team out on the football field, for sure. And look at the coin toss here. The officials for this one, David Cleveland, the head referee from Genoa, doing the honors. And see which way this goes here. Yeah, usually they do the coin toss about 5 minutes or so, before the anthem. And so the fact that they did it late is fascinating theater. Makes the Oak Forest kids wait a little longer probably to get going. So Oak Forest wins the toss, and they will defer to the second half, and so Providence will get the ball, and we'll get to see Broden Mackert, Dominic Vita right away.
Yeah, more than enough weapons on this Providence Catholic offense to get them going. Broden Mackert just a week ago in that dominating 39-6 quarterfinal win over Washington. 158 yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, including an 80-yarder he broke off really early in the game. So him on top of sophomore quarterback Dominic Vita, who, despite his lack of experience, all of his teammates back him up as the best field general that they could ask for. So surely a lot of offensive fireworks expected for the Celtics, who are going to get that offense on the field to start.
Providence in their traditional home green uniforms with the white numbers, gold pants, gold trim, and white helmets. And no logo on the helmets, which the years past they've had it. This time not the case. Bengals in their road whites, all whites, white helmet, white jersey, white pants. And the black numbers with the old Vegas gold lettering and some trim with it.
Pretty solid uniform matchup, huh?
Oh, it looks pretty good out there for sure. Sometimes you get similar colors. It's nice to have a contrast. As our kicker for this one will be Ulysses Morales, the junior, who will start things off going left to right. Slight breeze, and we are underway now here for our 2025 state semifinal from Providence. Into the end zone, and that will be a touchback starting at the 20-yard line. Dominic Vita, the sophomore head quarterback, 67% pass percentage throughout the year for 1,600-plus yards. Although he has the tendency to throw interceptions, 7 of them on the year, but he can run the ball as well, almost 500 yards on the ground.
Yeah, when he stands at 6'4", 190 pounds, and you'd hope he would take the ball on the ground. He certainly does have that breakaway speed, even as a quarterback. He's getting shown a lot of interest from Power 4 programs already, and you're sure to see why today.
So they come on there. Receivers on each side here. Moving Broden Mackert to the right. He gets the first carry off to the left side. And stopped by Bryce Hoffman, the all-conference safety, 5'10". It's now 19th solo tackle of the year.
Yeah, no shocker from Providence Catholic coming out. They're going to push the pace a little bit, keep up with the no huddle there. We're going to keep the ball on the ground, though, whether it's Mackert, whoever it is, strong offensive line, head by Bryce Tenza, the all-state left tackle.
Overload to the right side, again to Mackert, and he's got a blocker in front of him, close to a first down marker. He powers through, about 8 on the pickup, maybe 9. And so they move that all the way up to the 34-yard line. And Mackert off and running early.
Yeah, he's a bowling ball out there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It certainly worked a week ago against Washington. They're going to see much more of Mackert today, and looks like they're going to keep the pace going.
Look for the signal call. Mackert, honorable mention, all-state, all-conference in the Catholic League Orange. Also, all-state academic selection as well. So good at football, smart in the classroom as well. He gets it again to the right side. Big hole and a lot of room to run. He can cut to the outside, cross midfield, and he'll get all the way about to the 44.
I think what's so impressive about that, other than the first down they're already threatening in Oak Forest territory, even after he gets grabbed in the secondary, he's still getting 4 or 5 more yards on that. He's not the largest guy out there, but Mackert really knows how to use his size to his advantage.
6'1", 200 pounds. The junior is already beyond 30 yards on the ground.
As long as they don't have their hands.
First and 10, this will be at the 45-yard line. Get you the starting lineups as we go through here in this first possession.
So the power eye goes to the right now.
And it's Mackert again to the right side. And it's a big hole, first down again. Saw a flag come in very late at the 46-yard line, so this is going to come back.
That's exactly what the head official indicates. It looks like it's going to be an offensive holding against Providence Catholic. Don't expect that to stop their play calling at all, though. Looks like fourth-year head coach Tyler Plants wants to come out and keep that ball on the ground. I don't blame him given this early success.
Offensive line led by Bryce Tenska, the 6'3", all-stater, 290 pounds. Henry Callis, Gunnar Thormeyer, Ryan Lenahan, and Anthony Santori. Your left-to-right offensive line. You see Curtis Stubbs out there, one of the receivers of the big breakout game against Washington last week. D'Angelo Coates, Xavier Coleman as well, another all-stater that's out there. He'll see a lot of big plays, especially in the special teams as well, along with Mackert. Throw for the first time to the right side, and driven out of bounds. That's Stubbs, his first catch of the day. Over 500 yards of receiving on the year.
You mentioned all the different weapons that Vita, the quarterback, has at his disposal. Xavier Coleman's an all-state wide receiver. Of course, he is an all-state running back to hand it off to. Just going to open up more opportunities for more receivers like that. Stubbs getting his first catch of the day right there.
Pistol set up to move to the left now with Mackert. And they'll RPO and throw it that time. And it's Coleman right there. Breaks out of a tackle. Gets back to the 45-yard line and stuffed. And Jason Janke among the defenders there, and we have an injury. And our stoppage and play with Nico Aldarondo. He is the all-conference end for the Bengals, who go for the three down lineman setup with Nico Aldarondo, Dominic Fern, and Devin Booth. All seniors up front there. Linebacker setup includes Chris Jensen, Jason Janke, as I mentioned, Vinnie King. You got Ryan King in the defensive backfield, Kevin Sullivan leading the way, and Bryce Hoffman, both all-conference selections in the South Suburban Blue, and Jason Keating as well on the corner, the 6-foot senior. But Andrew Dawson, the only player for Oak Forest that will go both ways, the 6'2" all-conference senior. Everything he does, he wants to win. You talk to Zach Zadek about number 13.
Yeah, no kidding about Andrew Dawson. Plays both ways. The leading receiver, also the leading interceptor, and tied for the lead in sacks. 6 interceptions, 3 sacks in the year, 3 defensive touchdowns. So look for him to be swarming and try and slow down this potent PC offense.
Big play guy for sure. And Vita taking his time. Got 2 receivers at the top. Coleman in the slot. Stubbs out to the far side. Mackert will flare to the right as Vito rolls and throws, and it's short, just low enough and broken up. Kevin Sullivan got in there with the breakup.
Clearly, you see how much this game means to Oak Forest. Their fans really having a solid turnout here at Providence Catholic. A huge pop-off there. Even though it's a huge third-down stop to be sure, they deserve to celebrate. But, man, that crowd noise, we could hear it through the glass in the press box on the opposite side.
And this is going to force them to punt, and they don't do that very often. Or will they not? It's 4th and 7. They're going to go for it there. Good position to do so on the other side of the 50-yard line. 4th down and 7. Big play here. Vita looking to throw over the middle, and it's caught at Stubbs. First down pickup and driven down by Keating. And they're going to move the chains, and the big pickup for 4th down for Providence Catholic.
I absolutely love that call from the Celtic offense there. Your offense has been easily getting down the field, moving the chains with ease. Shouldn't let 8 yards stop you when you're in enemy territory from keeping going there. The trust they have in the sophomore Dominic Vita, the quarterback, is just immeasurable.
So back at it, 1st and 10. It's going to be from the 27-yard line. 3.5 minutes gone by. Vita's going to give it this time, and it's Mackert again, and a penalty came in late, and I think we're going to get another holding call. Not sure who it was that. It might have been Lenahan.
We'll sort this out.
It is holding.
It is indeed offensive holding. That's the second offensive holding on this drive. It hasn't stopped the Celtics from making their way inside the 30, but now being pushed back. Gotta wonder if there's some questions going on what the O-line's doing up front.
It shows the strength of the Providence Catholic O-line for sure, but clearly Oak Forest getting in some positions to make it a little bit awkward here early. 5 wides this time, 3 to the top. Vita's going to throw, and it's caught. And a pickup, Braden McKay. He'll come in and give you a change of pace there, and they go 5 wide.
It's a short gain, but it's still a win for Oak Forest there. If you're okay with getting these short gains, especially on a 1st and 20 there, now you still bring up 2nd and long. You have to trust your athletes in the secondary to make those tackles right where the ball is caught, essentially.
This is the first possession of the game. Providence has had the ball the entire time here and slowly worked their way down the field. Very patient, bunch set to the left. You see Joe Levy move to the right side. Coleman now in motion, and it's Vita going to keep it right up the gut, and he picks up a good chunk there to get it a little more manageable on 3rd down.
Vita using that big frame to his advantage there. Misdirection is going to be a big part of the Providence Catholic offense, especially with all the different playmakers they have. You don't know which one of them is going to have the ball, but whoever it is, they're sure to make you pay for it.
Oak Forest, their defense doesn't give up a lot of points, but their defensive line average about 6 foot 204, so not that big. But no penalties so far on this 3rd and 5, and this is a key 3rd down. for the Oak Forest defense.
I think it's clearly 4-down territory for Providence Catholic. If they went for it in the last time, it was 4th and 8. Looking to get 2 plays to get the yardage here.
It's Coleman on the end around. He's going to keep it close to the first down, and he should get it by a yard. And they're going to move the chains. First down for the Celtics. Matt Donnelly's with us right now.
Hey guys, so I talked earlier today with personnel from both teams. I talked with the Bengals coach, Zach Sadek, who's in his first year here. He said that the key to his success has been very player-driven throughout the season. It's the senior group led by Danny Chop, SSC Conference Player of the Year. Also Kevin Sullivan, the captain, the eyes and the ears of the defense out there. He said the key to success today against Providence has been to do your job.
A touchdown for Providence. Thank you, Matt, for that. Braden McKay on the end around, and a pickup of 16 on the score, and the Celtics get in first.
Yet another name on the Celtics offense that we have yet to mention, but he comes through to put points on the board first. Braden McKay had a touchdown last week in that dominating win over Washington, and just another reason on why you can never take your eye off any one of these offensive weapons for the Celtics. 6-0 early, and maybe 7 pending the extra point.
Braden McKay, of course, his 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Had one last week against Washington. He gets one here. And the Celtics get on the board first and take the drive, the opening kickoff, and they move down and score. At least a good 10-play drive there. Extra point on the way, and good for Bryce Vlasic. 51st extra point of the year. And so our score after one possession in the books, it's the Celtics in charge, 7-0 against Oak Forest. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Why can't I find somebody at the line?
Welcome back here to Providence Catholic as we get set for the kickoff after a 16-yard touchdown from Braden McKay. And a end-over-end kick sails towards the goal line, but taken out. This is Nico LaFleur tiptoeing the sideline, and he gets to about the 18. And so Oak Forest will have their first possession, led by Danny Chop, the All-State quarterback, first teamer in Class 5A, Player of the Year in the South Suburban Blue, thrown for almost 1,000 yards, but he can run the football, and that's the key. About 800 yards on the ground throughout the year, and he's a breakaway runner too. So if it's not in the air, it's going to be on the ground with Danny Chop.
Yeah, Providence Catholic kept it on the ground there, and the staple of the Oak Forest offense is going to be through the ground. Now keep in mind, Danny Chop can still throw the ball, but what's gotten him that all-state selection is what he can do with that set of wheels he's got. Sure to see him up and down the field all day today.
Offensive line averaging about 6'1", 218 across the board. Option this time, it's LaFleur to the outside and some space to run. First down and more, all the way in to the 35-yard line and change. Blake Garrigan had to ride him out. And so first down to start. Louis Stazek, all-conference selection with Joe Farrell. The 2 guys on the left side leading the way there, Braden Hawkinson, Will Moody, and George Skura, your offensive line for the Oak Forest Bengals. They go back to it. Chop's going to throw. Flare out. Caught. Ethan Copper. And you can already see, was he out? He was not out. He stays in bounds. He gets all the way across midfield and a pickup of about 24 yards.
So 2 big plays there, one on the ground, one through the air. We said it would be a rush-first offense for the Bengals of Oak Forest, but they see the trust that they have in Danny Chop right there to get that ball out to the outside, and letting his playmakers do the rest. Interesting to see if Oak Forest is going to keep the proverbial foot on the gas pedal for the rest of this drive as they continue to push the pace, no huddle.
Zach Zadek, the head coach of the Oak Forest Bengals in the first season, starting 11-1, and a sweep to the left side this time, and they cut back in, and LaFleur, he had it knocked away and knocked loose. And who has the football? Pile up. I would imagine it's going to be, it looked like Oak Forest has it, and they do keep it. And so we haven't seen Will McMaster just yet, the 5'9" running back. But when you watch these play calls, they go left, they go right, and left. They want to get Providence going on skates from side to side.
Absolutely, which is okay with Providence if you ask them. They have enough athletes in the secondary to more than make up for that with their closing speed. But right now, Oak Forest, this is a potent offense. They've only scored less than 30 points in one game this season. That's when they lost to Hillcrest back on October 17th. So look for a lot of points in this one from this offense.
Chop left side, caught, 9-yard pickup and driven back down. And that pickup was Ryan Kruzwicki, the 5'10 junior, his first catch and just his 5th catch of the year. And they're going to give him a tough spot moving all the way back. Bring up 3rd down and 4. Nico LaFleur, as we mentioned, Ethan Copper we've already seen. So this offense is getting everybody involved early.
And they have a lot of different playmakers, but keep in mind, Chop only attempted 75 passes in the entirety of the regular season. Almost got a defender to jump there from Providence Catholic, but these quick passes getting Chop's confidence up against a tough Celtic defense, they almost feel like runs as well, which just kind of keeps with their theme of keeping the ball on the ground.
And in motion, they'll do the option this time. It's going to be Copper getting close to the first down and a little bit more. Boy, they are success in getting onto the edge. Ethan Copper, who came into this one averaging 8 yards a carry and almost 300 yards on the ground. He missed 3 games throughout the year, but the threat of being able to run and catch, a lot of balance with this offense for Oak Forest.
And you notice they keep going to the outside. It's not that they don't have a solid offensive line in front of their backs back there. I just think the defensive line and linebacking core of the Celtics is so daunting. Right now, though, using it to their advantage, fresh set of downs.
Get to the defensive starters in a minute. McMaster, his first carry of the game. That ball came out again. And who has it? And it's a fumble and picked up by the Celtics. And the recovery, Isaac Patton had it. And a big turnover stops the drive for the Celtics.
Well, we talked about the size difference between these two teams. A lot of physical-natured guys on this Providence Catholic defense. I think you've seen it there. 2 forced fumbles in that drive. Oak Forest got away with the first one, but you can't make mistakes against the Celtics that much. They're a storied program. They're pretty good this year, to say the least. So now with the lead, they're going to get the ball back, and Oak Forest kind of on the fence early, if you ask me.
They were able to move the football against this Providence defense, but the turnover ends that, and so now Providence a chance to put a drive together and really take control of this one. It's Mackert who gets about 2 or 3 on that one.
It's interesting that it's his first run where we haven't really been wowed by Mackert. I feel like every run of his has gone for 10, 15 yards before that, bumbling over guys in the secondary. But even these short 3-yard runs will set up the Celtic offense nicely for the quarterback Vita to maybe launch one deep and put the Bengals even more in a hole.
Gets about 15 carries a game. Mackert again back to work, close to the first down mark. Stuff right before it. It's actually right at the stick. And you would imagine they are going to move it. Yep, they give them a first down. So first down for the Celtics from the 35-yard line.
We saw that forced fumble and recovery. 2 forced fumbles in that drive for the Celtics. These defensive plays are nothing new to them. They had a blocked field goal in their playoff win last week. They've had more than their share of turnovers forced in the playoffs. See if the offense can capitalize on this one. Looks like they will. Spoke too soon potentially.
Offside call. Not sure who came across there. It looks like it was Colin Crotty that came across there to get the offside penalty. It's going to make it first down and 5 and open the playbook a little bit.
Absolutely. You only got 5 yards to get, 4 downs to get it, especially with how aggressive we've seen the play calling on 3rd and 4th downs before for the Celtics. Is this the time where we see the All-Stater Coleman get a look from his quarterback?
Shotgun for Vita.
So they're going to look to the sideline. Almost both teams doing this quite a bit. And this is the modern offense here. Wait for the signals and signs, and you got the dummy signals going on at the same time there. You see Levy moving over. And they're going to give in the end around Mackert with some lead blockers to work with, and gets all the way up to the 45, and it's going to be close to a first down, and they will call it a first down. This is what Providence wants to do. Take their time, move the chains slowly, have control, tempo, They're not worried about possession football, but this is playing into their hands right now.
They know the strength that they possess on both ends, but especially in the offensive end, they know that they're going to be able to withstand whatever you can throw at them, and especially force-feeding the running back. Well, it's not like giving the ball to an all-state running back's a bad thing. Just sets up more chances for Vita to do something with his legs or air it out if he chooses to.
3 receivers at the top, Coleman in the slot. Vita's going to look back to the sideline as he's got McKay in the backfield with him this time.
In the backfield this time with him is
So
McKay.
Vita will take the snap and give it to him. McKay tries to shake his way to the outside, can't do it. And it's going to be a stop with Janke on that one with the stop, and Dominic Fern coming in to finish it up.
That's the first time we've really seen a solid pushback from the Bengal defense there. A little bit more pressure they're applying on these first downs. Maybe expecting Providence Catholic to run. We'll see if that changes, it gets the chess match going, changes the offensive play calling for the Celtics.
Trips to the right.
2nd and a long 10 here.
With McKay with him in the backfield.
You see D'Angelo Coates on the outside, sophomore receiver.
5-2 with 2 safeties and 2 corners.
Vita will throw, long throw to the outside. Stubbs catch, and receivers blocking for him. Not quite. Only 2 or 3 on the pickup there. Nice finish by Andrew Dawson to blow it up.
Dawson was someone we mentioned before. This is just the first of the many times that we're going to continue to mention him throughout today's game. And with the dynamic athletes on both sides of this offense on the left and right, splitting out wide for the Celtics, he's got his hands full today.
We're in the final 30 seconds of this first quarter here. Maybe one more play before we flip ends. A bit of big down here, 3rd and 7. And they're going to fake the run, and Vita's going to try and run it himself. He lost the ball. It came out. And it's going to be Oak Forest football.
Fake the screen to the left and fall into the wide side.
A turnover for Oak Forest, gives them the ball back right at midfield with 13 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
It almost looked like a bit of a broken play there, man. I'm not sure if Vita meant to hand that one off or it was a fake screen, RPO gone wrong, whatever it was. I thought he might have held on to that ball long enough to be marked down.
He was trying to tuck it back in, and he couldn't get it back in, and it came out before his knee hit the ground. And so each team has turned the ball over once. Providence with the opening drive for the score. Oak Forest, chance for a quick change strike here.
Oak Forest has been running wide with their
And they work out to the right side again. McMaster trying to get to the corner. He'll get there for a couple of yards. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Fascinating start here in New Lenox. Providence marching their way down the field, and then both teams trading turnovers. At the end of one, it's Providence a 7-0 lead over Oak Forest. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4...
Fun start here in New Lenox. Matt Rodewald, Andy Dietrich, Matt Donnelly with you here on the NFHS Network. First play of the second quarter, and Oak Forest getting a turnover a couple of plays ago. It's going to be Chop keeping it on the option. He can do that a little bit, gets the first down, and they move inside the 40-yard line of Providence. Really, other than the turnover, both teams have been able to move the football. We haven't had a punt yet.
More so than enough. Looks like we had a flag come in at the end of that play there. Referee's discussing. Could be on sportsmanlike conduct, man. I'm not sure if you saw anything.
That's the neighborhood of that with the chains already moved here. Let's see what they end up. You see the discussion there at midfield.
We've had more than a couple of flags on both teams already and turnovers. So
David Cleveland, the head referee here from Genoa, as I mentioned. David Butts, the lineman. Tom Rogers, the umpire. The line judge, Mohammed Jaber, and Bill Thomas, the back judge for this crew. So here is the call. And it looks like they're going to move it. It is unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul. That is a big penalty to move Oak Forest. closer to the red zone.
Other than that first drive from Providence Catholic, mistakes really dictating how this game has gone, whether it's been a forced fumble from both teams that have given possession to the opposite team. Right now, a personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct. I mean, I think any penalties drive coaches mad, but that's just unacceptable.
The key for Oak Forest, though, trying to get Will McMaster involved. We talked about his statistics, of course, coming in around 1,200 rushing yards. His only carry was that fumble. And another whistle. And we had a false start. Only 2 flags on the for everyone. I heard everyone's whistle.
Goodness. Penalties to start this game, whether it was 2 false starts on Providence Catholic and offsides going against Oak Forest. But this time, unsportsmanlike conduct is followed up straight up by a false start. So first and long 15. They're still within the 30 of the Celtics, though. That's exactly where they want to be if you're the Oak Forest Bengals.
If you're the Celtics, you can see their DBs. They're kind of pretty good cushion there because they know their speed's something they got to worry about. That's the other aspect of it for Providence Catholic. If they can get some push, and there's Lamar Winfield, the 6'2 junior. He's the one who blocked that field goal late in the first half last week against Washington, and his pressure puts the sack in place, and it's going to be a long second down.
Yeah, Lamar Winfield is listed as an edge rusher, but really when you look at him, you almost don't know where he could play. He looks so athletic, has such a strong build. Like you said, a blocked field goal a week ago, and that playoff win, a fumble recovery as well, and that time somehow got to the very speedy Danny Chop, who's very poised in the pocket.
Rest of the starters for Providence get to in just a second. Master in motion. It's going to be Chop rolling out to the right side, more pressure, and he just throws it away. And so that was one where Chop was smartly to throw it away. Dom Infelice leads this defensive line, this 3-man front. Jackson Hutton, the freshman, number 34, that's up there as well in the nose. And we mentioned Winfield. Colin Shedwell, Gavin Farley, Declan Dirks, and John Fife. And your DBs, including Anthony Carter. We mentioned Blake Garrigan, Anthony Quinetta, and Isaac Patton, your starters for the Celtics on defense.
And all those gentlemen that Matt just named, a big reason why Providence Catholic is rolling the way they are, potentially all the way to the state title game. Outscoring opponents 137-50 in these last 3 playoff games they have played, and only allowing 50 points through 3 playoff games. I think anybody in America will tell you that's pretty damn good.
Out to the right side. The Chop had an open receiver for a minute with Copper, but he tried to get through the pocket and could not get there. Winfield, and it's Infelice, 6'4", 285. 4th down, and how about 27?
A lot of times when the quarterback goes down in the backfield like that, you can mainly attribute it to the coverage in the secondary for making sure there was no one for the quarterback to throw to before the lineman got there, or just the defensive front getting to the quarterback before he had any time to do anything. I think that one was kind of a holistic victory all across the board for PC. Both of those things happen, and that's why 4th and long comes up.
Here's Morales to punt, and it's Xavier Coleman waiting to catch it. And this is only his 10th return of the year. Out to the left side, room up the sideline, and knocked out of bounds. And where, though? Did he run out of bounds before he got hit out of bounds? They're going to call it all the way to the 41-yard line. So good return there for Coleman. Gives a good field position for the Celtics.
Incredibly frustrating if you're Oak Forest. You smell blood in the water after that unsportsmanlike penalty, and then a couple plays gone wrong after a pre-snap penalty of your own. And now Providence Catholic's going to start again with the ball pretty close to midfield, right back where they were before they fumbled.
Yeah, we talked about it at the outset of this one. Oak Forest really need to play perfect football to start here. We have not seen that. Good football on the offensive end. They forced a turnover, but now they're going to have to get off the field one more time. Meanwhile, for Providence, with a 7-0 lead here, 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter, they have a chance once again to get control of this one. They go pistol set with Mackert, now shifting to the left, and they'll hand it to him. It's Mackert up the gut. Plenty of room to run, and out about 9 yards. You know, if you get first down carries 8-9 yards every time, you're going to feel pretty good.
Yeah, not much you can complain about at all if you're head coach Tyler Plants. I mean, you give the ball to your playmakers, you expect big things, but if you're able to get that sort of thing, you have 2nd and 1 yard to go. With how good your quarterback play has been all season with Dominic Vita, why not take a shot here if you really choose to blow this one wide open early in the second?
The 2nd and 1 opens up the playbook quite a bit here. Let's see what they do. Receivers to each side. Again, they shift Mackert one side to the other. H-back set up in the Levy right there for him. Vita's going to go down the right side. He's got Coleman behind 2 defenders, and a good break up there at the last second. Ryan King came in to stuff it, And that's going to set up 3rd and 1. Ryan King with a great pass breakup.
Yeah, they sent 2 defenders over to guard Coleman, the All-Stater, and wise decision by them. Coleman, there's not a lot of guys that would go one-on-one with him and come out with a victory in coverage. But if King doesn't get that hand up, we're looking at a 14-0 ball game here. So an excellent recovery from the speedy secondary of Oak Forest.
Cover 2 set up with the safety kind of hanging by there. And so Oak Forest knows maybe a chance to get off the field here. 3rd down and 1. Mackert has been rolling, stuffed at the line. Was he short? Where do they mark it? May have gotten just enough, and they are going to call it a 1st down. That's the biggest push that the Oak Forest Bengal D-line has been able to get. Still not enough to prevent a 1st down.
And they only needed 1 yard that time, and while that might have been one of the shorter yardage runs we've seen from Providence Catholic, the fact is, if they're getting that many yards on 1st down, who cares if you have an incompletion on 2nd? If you didn't even get it there, run it again on 4th.
Flare out to the right side. Coleman with blockers in front of him on the screen. He's got room, gets to the outside, broke a tackle and sprinting. Can he stay up? And he cannot. Down at about the 11-yard line. Big time run after the catch, and Providence is in business.
Huge thing of those screens is the blocking. You saw the athletes that you have not only in the wide receiving core, but the offensive line getting out there, throwing key blocks to make sure that step comes back, although this one might be coming all the way back here, Matt.
There's a late flag at the 45-yard line. That's going to wipe the whole thing out. And you wonder if there was an illegal man downfield based on the play call that you had. Nope, it's going to be blocking the back.
And we mentioned how difficult it is to efficiently block a bubble screen like they just set up for Coleman there. Sometimes when that happens and you have over pursuit from men in the defensive secondary, you'll have those blocking the backs, not even intended to be so, it's just that defender turns your back to you, you push him at the wrong time.
You're praying on that, and if they spin around the wrong way, and that's it. And so that creates 1st and 20 after the penalty, and here we go. They got man in motion with McKay. It's going to be Vita's going to keep it, pick up about 5 or 6.
He gets to the 41, so that's going to be about a 6-yard gain on 1st and 20.
Finally saw the home run plays from Providence, of course, wiped out by a penalty there. But still, they have no issue with matriculating the ball down the field here. Still a 2nd and long. I think Providence, when they go to their playbook, they'll still see this as an advantageous scenario for them. It's more than enough to be 4-down territory if they're winning 6 or 7 yards.
Pickup of 6 in that one. 3 receivers to the far side. Coleman in the slot. They got 5 wide this time. Nobody in the backfield with Vita who takes a snap. And tried that screen again. That one didn't work. Stubbs caught and dropped immediately. Kevin Sullivan on the stop.
And you see why we mentioned the blocking about that screen. It's a lot easier said than done. Of course, when you have Kevin Sullivan crashing in that far side untouched, going to be difficult to gain any yards there. So 3rd and long coming up for the Celtics now.
Andrew Dawson also coming in there. He's got the most tackles for losses, and part of it is because of being able to come in and blow that screen up there, that little flare pass. And so 3rd down and 14. Vita will throw. Screen set up again. Can he turn the corner and get the 1st down? He can, and a lot more. McKay tries to break through tackles, and they're going to move it all the way down to the 22-yard line, and a pickup of 37 yards for Providence.
The screen was on the whole way. You saw all of the offensive linemen kind of letting those D-line directly through, opening up the middle of the field and setting the edge for McKay there, and just really solid stuff from Providence, showing absolutely no fear in the face of a 3rd and long, and they're now set up very close to the red zone of the Bengals.
So a 3rd down and 14 on the other side of midfield puts the Celtics right in business.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. McKay in the backfield.
They look for the signal.
Trips to the short side of the field here, and
got Stubbs in the slot.
Ball by himself out there to the wide side.
And they're going to throw to the right side. It's Coates. And he got hit pretty hard. And you have a man down as well. It's Kevin Sullivan was slow to get up for a second.
Nice pass by Vita, but
And Providence just with these screen passes wanting to show that not only can they run the ball directly up the gut, control the middle of the field, but they can control these edges too, whether it's near side, far side of the field. You throw these screens, you throw these little flat routes, they have athletes that can outrun even some of your best. That's what they're trying to show.
Started to get a little more comfortable with the playbook a little bit too as well. And obviously everything's scripted to start things off. They wanted to keep it on the run, but Now you got McKay in there, and they're working a little bit from side to side. Midway through the second quarter here, Providence scoring on the opening drive if you're just joining us. Each team's traded turnovers. Has not been a Picasso by any means. Some penalties out there as well. Here's McKay up the gut. A lot of holes to work with. He's going to go right to the goal line and in for his second touchdown of the afternoon. Celtics get on the board again.
So last week in that playoff win over Washington, we saw Broden Mackert was the one to get all the carries and really punch the ball in on the ground. This time it's going to be McKay's turn. I mean, no hope of stopping this offensive front for the Celtics, and the Bengal defense is going to need to look for a response because right now they find themselves in a hole very early on.
A 6-minute drive to open the game for the Celtics to get on the board, and they get one more here midway through the second quarter. Much shorter drive this time around, but it's been a day for Braden McKay, the senior, and the extra point from Vlasic. Is Garrigan on the hold? It is no trouble at all, and it is 14-0. Providence in firm control of this one. Take a timeout and come back. This is the NFHS Network's coverage of the IHSA State Semifinals.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones. Expanding your horizons.
If you got something.
All right, let's check in with Matt Donnelly.
Hey, thanks, guys. So earlier we saw Nico Alderando, the D lineman for the Bengals, go down. He was able to get back on the field. They wrapped up his shoulder. He's fine out there. Both sides remained calm and composed after turnovers on offense for Oak Forest. They said hit the holes tighter and get vertical. For Providence, it's picking up the blocks on this layered secondary of the Bengals. Do your job and create space on the outside and stay disciplined after big plays.
Yeah, trying to hold contain is going to be tricky with the speed of Oak Forest. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. End over end kickoff, and here comes Oak Forest with it this time. It's going to be Nico LaFleur, and he's stopped pretty much at the 10-yard line. Penalty marker came out as well. And this is going to be a tricky start for Oak Forest on this drive.
Things not boding well. A pretty poor return. Solid coverage there from Providence Catholic, but going to be an even longer field with that penalty there. And really, penalties, mistakes, miscues, whatever you want to call them, kind of been the story of the game so far.
They picked up the flag, so no penalty on that one. Waved it off. 5:44 to go in this one. And Oak Forest comes back on the field. They've been able to move the football, but mistakes, as you mentioned, some turnovers as well, really ended their drive. And we've seen one punt thus far in 18 minutes of football. And the long keep is going to not be able to get the option going there as Chop is chopped down about a yard into that drive. Maybe a loss of one.
Whatever it is, they really want to get that option going. It was found success in the first quarter, their first couple of drives. Running that one to the short side of the field, though, really kind of hinders your ability to go ahead and set that edge and let your athletes get to the outside.
Trying to get enough blockers over there with 2 receivers. This time it's Coffer going in motion. They're going to throw this time. Chop will throw, has a man, some contact behind him. They're going to let it go. And it was Ryan Kruzwicki trying to free himself to get open. Tough ball there, third down coming up.
You're expecting a lot out of your quarterback, as great as the All-State Danny Chop is, to go roll the opposite way, kind of throw off his back foot a little bit. Got it pretty close there to Kruzwicki, but still brings up a 3rd and long there. Not sure if I completely agree with the play call there from the Bengal offense.
This is a big down here to make sure that you're not having to punt the football away and give the Providence Celtics another possession to work with. Pressure coming, and that catch right at the sticks there. Nico LaFleur, is he inbounds? He said he was, and he's hurt too. That was a heck of a catch from Nico LaFleur, the 5'11 6'7" junior who went up and got it, and they're going to call it a first down.
LaFleur does a little bit of everything, whether it's running the ball, catching the ball, and what an incredible catch there, keeping his feet in. I thought he had a little bit of a bobble there, but it looks like he got his big hands around that ball to avoid a 3-and-out for the Bengals there. Now a fresh set of downs for them, and the world's their oyster.
Sigh of relief here. So it was right at the sticks. And so Oak Forest will keep on going here. They absolutely needed to get it. The Bengals keep on going. They give this time up to McMaster, who's been stopped throughout the first half here, maybe 3 yards. What are they doing to really make sure that McMaster's not getting effective so far?
Yeah, that's only a few times he's gotten the ball. McMaster really likes to run these carries between the tackles, and even though PC's bringing the 3-man defensive line front, those linebackers are just kind of sitting in those gaps, whether it's on a spy or making sure they're containing in that zone. And just when they see run, they're filling those gaps when they need to be, really snuffing the flame out right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 7 now. They got McMaster behind Chop, man in motion, kind of a wing set as they work the pitch on the right side, and that's going to be Copper out to the edge and a 1st down and more, pick up about 15 yards. This is what they can do a little bit with that speed. They're getting those 10, 15-yard chunk plays. A little misdirection helps too.
It's such a huge part of the modern offense at all levels is misdirection. Whether you're running a 5-man spread with no running backs or you're running a wing T triple option, it's all about faking and trying to get the ball in the hands of one of your athletes, full head of steam, and maybe 1 or 2 steps ahead of the defense after fooling them with a fake.
If you like old school football, this has the look and feel of it for sure, the way that Oak Forest has been able to move it so far. Those are wings on the motion here, and they're going to work on the option there. It's going to be LaFleur to the outside, stuffs inside a tackler, would-be tackler, and right out towards midfield.
That's what the option does. It doesn't matter at what level you run it. Obviously, you see it a lot more at the high school and college levels. But when you're isolating that outside defender, normally a DN could be a cornerback, it's so difficult for them to both manage the quarterback with the ball and try to cover the threat of the running back getting to the outside. And so Oak Forest, like you've mentioned, getting 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, especially when they're leading off on 1st down.
They're getting the yards they need to. Now they got to keep the football and find their way to the end zone. They want to stay in this game here. They got 2 wings with them there. It's McMaster right up the gut, and that's not going to work. And right there, that's Dom Infeliz comes stuffing right up the middle there. And part of the reason why they've been going side to side is because that man right there.
We mentioned that they have been doing their work edge to edge, and the interior, even though they're not plentiful in numbers, there's some big guys down there, and they know what to do with all that strength they possess on the D-line. So 3rd and 1, wonder if they try to go back to the edge or just try to pick up those 3 feet on the ground.
Clock continues to run, which is probably a good thing for Oak Forest at this point to try and make this the last possession of the half if they can. Cruz Wiki split all the way out to the right side, isolated with a defender on him. And it's McMaster or it's Chop. Either way, it's going to be a 1st down. Trying to find the football is fun from up here. And it was a very, very late decision for Chop on whether he was going to actually hand it off or not. That's the hard thing with RPO sometimes. You put it in the mesh, you got to make decisions, and that's hard to do for a 17-year-old.
Yeah, decisiveness is the most important part of that. And like you said, it's difficult, I think, for anybody to do that, let alone with McMaster running that fast off the backside. It's going to be difficult to pull that ball out. Regardless, fresh set of downs, under 3 minutes here. And like you said, Oak Forest hoping to play this out, maybe go into halftime only down 7.
Move the chains here. It's at the 47-yard line of the Celtics. Misdirection again. It's back to the end, and pressure coming. And we got a penalty coming in here. LaFleur was able to evade a would-be tackler for the most part, but that was Anthony Carter ended up finishing this one up.
And he impressively did that. It looks like it's going to be a face mask against Oak Forest there in that stiff arm. As impressive as that open field tackle was, I think it got a little more impressive given that the face mask is going to go against the Bengals.
That should not be a 5-yard. That should be a 15.
So they're going to move that back.
And it is.
It's going to be the full-blown face mask penalty inside the 38-yard line for Oak Forest. And that's going to move it back to about 1st and 25 now for the Bengals.
So it's 1st and
The Bengals getting most of the yards, minus that one impressive third down completion on the ground this time. Does the playbook open up? Do they get a little more aggressive in the play calling, knowing there's 2 minutes separating between them and the locker room?
You got to be careful here. They don't give the ball back. Chop's going to throw, and nearly intercepted. Went right through the defender's hands. That was Isaac Patton that got his hands on it.
I mean, even still, as they're walking back to the huddle, look how many defenders are in the secondary for Providence Catholic on that side of the field, reading that the entire way as Chop rolled to his right, wanting to find one of his weapons out there. I just think this is a really disciplined secondary that has their head on a swivel at all times. Even if that ball was caught, he was getting tackled immediately.
Keep in mind, nobody's used a timeout yet, so Providence has all three to work with here if they decide to go on the ground this time. And so we'll see how Oak Forest wants to attack this here on 2nd down and 25.
It's an excellent point. With the clock stopped, if you want to make sure they don't get the ball back, we'll most likely see a run here. If they're going to stay aggressive, then we'll keep it through the air. But regardless, that clock is not ticking right now, and maybe the Bengals want it to.
3 receivers to the far side. It's going to be McMaster looking to pick up a block. Chop throwing right side, and that's incomplete. He was trying to get it in the area of LaFleur. And you had Coffer over there, both running twin fly routes, but the speed of the Celtics defender is able to keep up with him.
Yeah, that ball was in some heavy traffic, and Providence Catholic, I mean, just really playing the numbers game here. They had 3 defenders on 2 receivers. That ball not really finding the breadbasket of either one of them. And again, the secondary of the Celtics has a lot to write home about and a lot to really show for themselves.
I really would.
So 2 incomplete passes in a row keeps the clock stopped essentially. Only ran about 5 seconds on those 2 plays. 3rd down and 25 here.
From their 38. Man in motion.
Fake the pitch. Chop is going to throw. It's got a man, and it's spinning inside with Copper being driven down at the 44-yard line. Who was the tackler on that one? It looked like it was going to be Anthony LaQuinta on that stop. And if there's a whistle and a timeout, it's going to stop the clock at 1:45.
Back in 1 minute on WJOL.
And so we'll take a timeout as well. This is the IHSA State Semifinals in the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Here comes the punter, Charles.
It looks like the Oak Forest Bengals will line up in punt formation on 4th down and 7. Now, will they actually punt the football is the question.
And it's the state semifinals. You can get as creative as you want with your play calling because there is no tomorrow if you lose this one. I do expect them to actually punt this one away on 4th and medium.
And Morales. So we'll see here as he stands back at his 42-yard line, and he lets one go, a good one. That's going to bounce at the 8-yard line, and it goes into the end zone. It did by about 2 yards, and it was a good idea, but Providence will get the football back with 80 yards to work with in 97 seconds as well.
And a key point to remember, coming out of halftime, it will be Oak Forest with the ball first. Probably that informing their decision to go ahead and punt that one away. 2 scores is a little less daunting if you know that the ball's going to be in your hands once we come out of the locker room. But Providence Catholic, if they really choose to open up that 2-minute offense, can really put a dent in the Oak Forest Bengals going into halftime.
Got plenty of games going on today with the semifinal Saturday. Fenwick and Nazareth tied at 7. Start the second quarter there. East St. Louis rolling up St. Lawrence. No surprise, 23-0. They're midway through the second quarter of that one as well. Here, as we're closing in on halftime, Providence, a 14-point lead. Looking for more. It's McKay on the end around, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3. Again, Providence with 2 timeouts to work with here.
Keeping the ball on the ground. Looks like they're going to let that clock tick off. I think Potentially a 2-touchdown lead going into halftime is more than enough for them, but maybe you see them open it up here in second down to see if that offense has any life, and you continue on with it.
At the very least, they need to get to the 26 to give Vlasic a chance at a field goal opportunity. They're going to go to Coleman, jump ball, and he caught it! Oh my, no, and he dropped it at the last second. Oh, they did say it was a catch. He dropped it on the way down. They're going to talk about it. Yeah, I think they're getting this right now. It was a brilliant catch effort, and they had a bobble very late as it touched the ground. That's outstanding officiating. Bill Thomas, the back judge, had a really good view of that.
I think the only thing more impressive than the almost catch there was that call indeed. But, I mean, Xavier Coleman, the trust that the team, especially Dom Vita, has in him to go ahead, have that chemistry on the rollout, the double move. I can't believe he almost came down with that. I think I almost let out an audible scream. I mean,
it was right in front of the Providence fans. I mean, not a lot of chatter after that, but they were hoping more than anything else because it was one heck of an effort by Coleman on that one. You go pistol setup with McKay. He's going to take the handoff down the right side on third down. He's got the first down and a little bit more. All the way out to the 40-yard line. That would have been a big play for Oak Forest to try and get the ball back. Clock stops to move the chains, but here comes the sense of urgency, and the Celtics will go back to work. 2 timeouts to work with. We're under a minute now.
They're ready. They run a play.
McKay again, right side this time. And he's going to cut in, and he's got a lot of room to go. Foot race down the sideline. McKay is going to be driven out at the 10-yard line.
What a shift in events there. 3rd and long for Providence Catholic. A long run from McKay turns it into a first down, and yet another impressive run to the outside here. They're going to have 1st and goal to go. This was almost certainly a punt situation going into halftime. Now, a touchdown's within sight.
Went from 3rd and 7 to knocking on the door here in about 20 seconds. This is Vita. Shotgun in the pistol set, and they're going to look for the signal.
Take their time.
See how they line this out. It's going to be Stubbs on that far sideline, Coleman to the near side. They go with their big package with Levy in motion there. It's going to be it's going to be Vita keeping it. Tackle from behind. What a stop there.
They want a face mask or whatever.
And that is Andrew Dawson that came flying in for the stop.
I think some of the Providence coaching staff, as they call a timeout here, wanted a horse collar tackle there on Dawson. I just think he shot into the backfield so fast and got his hands up around Vita that tackle was the case.
You see Joey Levy coming off and limping. He's not going to be able to make it to the sidelines, dealing with the leg issue there. That is big for their short yardage situation, and right where they are in this end of the field. Finally does get off the field now. We'll take a quick timeout and come back as we watch the huddle there. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
That's the one.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Out of the timeout, 1 more to go for Providence. They're at the 10-yard line on the loss of 1. It's 2nd down and goal. Split backs with Mackert and McKay in there at the same time. It's going to be Vita going to keep it down to the 8-yard line. Will they use it yet? They will not. They're going to go quick, though. This is 3rd down and goal.
A lot of substitutions coming in for the Celtics here, which they don't necessarily have the time to do. They do have that 1 timeout, but as we're under 20 seconds, do you air the ball out here to make sure you have enough time to have a 4th down play?
You've got 2 plays to work with here. They're going to throw it to the goal line, and it's caught by Coleman. Touchdown! Hold on, we got a penalty. We have a false start penalty. That's going to stop everything.
We'll await the call here from the referee, but it does look like it's going to go against the Celtic offense, negating a touchdown for them. It's a legal shift.
It's a legal
is the call.
shift, yes. I thought they were trying to stop the play there. The far the far official.
So what this is going to mean?
And so either way, it's going to move it back 5 yards.
Certainly, you still have the 2-touchdown lead here, so you can maybe give your team a little bit of grace there. But still, margin for error in the state semifinal is 0. So Tyler Plants, head coach of the Celtics, surely not happy with that. But they still have 2 plays, like you said before.
3rd down and goal from the 15-yard line. Vita to throw. It's high. It's incomplete, and that should bring out Bryce Vlasic for the chip shot field goal. So Vlasic will come out. This is just his 6th field goal attempt on the season. Inside his range. We'll see where they set it down.
Vlasic's going to come out. Let's see where they place it.
They put it on the right hash at the 18-yard line, and that's going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt here for Vlasic. And it won't be Garrigan this time holding, as he's been on the extra points. This is Tate Piacek, I should say.
From 30 yards.
Hold cleaner, and it's up. It is no good. It's wide right.
We had a little handling issue with the holder that time.
They had been working on their handling on the near sideline, and it didn't get any better when they stepped down onto the field, and so we hold steady. Oak Forest breathes a sigh of relief, down 14-0.
I mean, what a back and forth that we saw on that last drive. Oak Forest, had a chance to get off the field and make sure that this game was 14-0 going to halftime. A big run from Providence Catholic sets them up with goal to go, and they somehow come away with 0 points after a penalty and a botched snap there. Goodness.
So one more play of 3 seconds left, a presumable kneel down here to get us to the break, and everyone will take a deep breath here. But
so I'm sure Oak Forest will take a knee
at the 20-yard line, and as they move the ball out, they're lining up in their traditional, and they'll just kneel down from there, and that'll do it. Never seen shotgun kneel down before, but there you go. We are at halftime. It is Providence with a 14-0 lead, but Oak Forest has escaped some serious damage, and they will have the ball back coming out of the half when we return. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You will know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sister.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome and expand student-like community to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, IHSA USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit AFSUSA.org.
passing 75 yards.
About to start the second half here in New Lenox at Providence Catholic High School. It is the Celtics with a 14-0 lead on Oak Forest, who's been able to move the football, but a turnover, some penalties really took them out of field position. They haven't been able to sustain drives, but they survived the end of the first half where Providence was going in for what should have been a touchdown. Didn't happen. That got waved off because of a penalty. Then a field goal went wide right, and so it remains 14-0. If you're Oak Forest, what are you looking to do here coming out of this half?
Yeah, I think you were finding a lot of offensive success. As you said, they were really setting the edge, letting their athletes getting out in space, and this is a quite powerful offense. You know, we talk about what they've been able to do. They're outscoring their opponents this year almost by 300 points. You know you can't do that without an offensive attack that's, you know, that can do whatever it wants to do at will. However, the passing game's not fully there. I don't know if they're going to get a little more creative with their play calling, make that playbook a little wider than it normally is. But whatever it is, they get the ball coming out of the half here. Expect to see some sort of fireworks coming from the Oak Forest Bengals.
Matt Rodewald, Andy Dietrich with you here from Providence Catholic. Matt Donnelly has an injury update.
Late in that final Providence drive before the half, fullback Joey Levy was helped off the field. He was very emotional and frustrated as he made his way over to the bench, and then after being evaluated by the Providence athletic trainer, he was transported via golf cart back to the locker room several minutes into the halftime.
Okay, that sounds like we won't see very much of him here in the second half. Matt, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Team's coming back over to the sidelines here. Providence Catholic, their defense is going to come out first, and they have not been able to stop Oak Forest other than the pressure up the middle. You would imagine you see more of that here in the same, trying to make sure that Oak Forest doesn't get out to the edges.
Yeah, and again, it's impressive. We mentioned it before, what Providence Catholic's able to do on defense with only that three-man defensive front. Just that the closing speed of the linebackers, their ability of those guys on the line to fill up those holes and make it hard for anything to happen in the interior. So you wonder if Oak Forest maybe tries to just continue running edge to edge. Maybe they create some different looks. They've been, not spreading it out as much. Have seen those times that they have passed the ball, though. Some are successful, some are not. Something's got to give when it comes to, the Providence Catholic defensive front stymieing what has been really Oak Forest Bengals offense that's looked good, but still has yet to net any points on the scoreboard.
It's the third time these teams have met in the postseason. First time, though, they've gotten together in 17 years. Last time was a 30-0 win in the second round back in 2008 in Class 6A. Of course, now they're back down in 5A, both of these schools. Classification shuffles, of course, across the deck last year into this year, and so you're getting to see teams in different classes than you did in years past. We'll see if Providence can get back downstate, as they've been in 5A for a little while now. But this is for Oak Forest, they had played 4 straight home games up until this week, so it's the first time they've been on the road since, let's say, October 17th or so. It's been a long time.
Yeah, unfamiliar territory for them. One of those weird moments where even though they are the higher seeded, seed 2 in this bracket, Providence Catholic being the 5th seed, they have to go on the road just because of playing all those home games in a row in the playoffs. I think the home crowd has helped Providence Catholic a little bit. 14-0 lead, what's not to like?
They have that discussion every year on who gets what seed and who gets the home game, but it's here in Providence. And off we go, a kick, a wobbler on the left side. That's going to be a penalty, and a good start for Oak Forest as they'll start at the 35-yard line. Danny Chop will go to work once again. First couple of possessions, we saw them go edge to edge. Why was it working so well?
I think you mentioned it earlier. It's the athletes that Oak Forest has. We talked about how prolific their offense is. It's a run-first offense, but their ability to set the edge, whether it's Chop doing it himself, whether they're getting ball to McMaster or Andrew Dawson, who has been prolific in terms of getting the ball over through the air and on the ground. They're just really good at that misdirection, too. You don't exactly know where the ball's going to be before it's too late. They're 5 yards to the outside and off and running.
Danny Chop coming in, closing in on 1,000 yards, and he's over 1,000 yards now passing on the year, and over 800 yards on the ground as well. They'll hand it off. This is going to be Coffer onto the right side, but stopped as good pressure from Colin Shedwell to push that thing all the way to the boundary and get him to the edge, to the sideline, I should say. Maybe pick up a 3.
This is the second or third time we've seen Oak Forest run these wide-running, plays to the outside. Kind of gets brought down out of bounds for only a short gain. With how well they're getting to the outside, maybe they're setting up that outside look on the far side of the field. Who's to say?
They've gone short side a couple times, but to get 3 yards on that'll work. And the old wingback motion with Coffer on the left side of the wing. McMaster behind in the pistol. And that's LaFleur in motion. The option, he'll pitch it, and stuffed and stopped back at the original line of scrimmage. Big time stop. And that was John Fife coming through.
But the guy who made the play was number 4.
Yeah, John Fife made the tackle, but the real big part of that was Declan Dirks, number 11 of Providence Catholic, getting in, and his job there is to get to Danny Chop, the quarterback, and just absolutely blow him up, make sure he gets rid of that ball, because he knows on the outside he's going to have his teammates there to go ahead and bring down whoever receives that pitch.
On the option, you have assignments, and if you hold those assignments, you're okay. Here's LaFleur in the pitch, all the way around the edge, and they will pick up maybe 4 or 5, and that is going to be a quick 3 and out for Oak Forest about a minute and a half into this second half.
Oak Forest coming out with very similar play calling to the first half, and while that worked in the first couple drives of the game, here in this one, right now, a 3 and out when you had favorable field position. Just kind of a brutal blow to the Bengals' demeanor on that sideline.
Very tough start, and so Ulysses Morales will come out to punt. And he had only had 6 punts coming into this game throughout the entire season, which tells you what their offense was doing. Pretty good punter to have. Either way, Morales gets it. Pretty good end over end. A little more line drive to the left, and they're going to make sure they keep it away from Coleman. Let's see where they mark it, though, as you see the official walking up, and they will mark it.
Still walking.
Keep going. It's at the 40-yard line. It's like that Price is Right hangman game. You never know where it's going to stop. And so 1st and 10 for Providence to start here. Their first possession of the second half.
So a complete flip of the script, what we thought would happen to start the second half. Oak Forest had favorable field position after that kickoff was sent out of bounds. But now Providence Catholic, Dominic Vita is going to lead his team out in the field with only 60 yards to the end zone.
Got to this point, Braden McKay with a 16-yard touchdown run midway through the first. He added a 19-yard touchdown run midway through the second, and our score at 14-0. He's coming off the bench as a change of pace. Not on the field right now. They're going to hand it to Mackert as he works around to the left side, and he will get out to midfield and get tripped up. Good blocking downfield, and the stop there, Bryce Hoffman with the tackle.
It's not often that the speed of one of the running backs still catches the secondary off guard this late in the game. But right there, you saw Broden Macker get to the edge, and I think some of the members of the secondary, so amazed by his speed, took a too steep of an angle and let him get to the outside.
Patience to get the signal. Clock continues to run. Stubbs to the far side. Coleman near side. And Ben Coleman, the big guy, leading the way for Mackert to get to the outside, and he breaks a tackle and down the sideline. Mackert tries to get inside the 10, breaks one more tackle to the goal line. It's short of the 2-yard line. Broden Mackert with a big 47-yard run.
Broden Mackert, have yourself a day. If it wasn't already a solid enough performance from the All-State running back, I mean, you saw the speed there, the elusiveness, the agility, and most importantly, the strength. Flex those muscles, Broden. Solid first down gain with only goal to go.
So first down and goal. Under 9 minutes here. So the opening drive of the half. Providence scored when they first touched it in the first half. Trying to do the same thing in the second half. Mackert stuffed from behind, and that's a good stop. I think it was came through there. Is it Colin Crotty who's been on the field a little bit to help come through. So that stops them right in their tracks at the 2-yard line.
And it's not often we've seen Oak Forest come in and really blow the play up in the backfield, especially when the ball's in Mackert's hands. But this time around, Oak Forest got a pretty impressive goal line stop last time, albeit with the help of penalty. Can they do it again? Here's the question.
Mackert in the pistol. He'll take it straight up the gut to the goal line, and he's short. Thinking he's down before he got the ball over the line.
So now you're going to have 3rd and goal.
Just barely chopped down. It looks like he's at the half-yard line, so maybe some goal line struggles here for Providence Catholic. Let me not speak too soon, though. They got 2 plays to punch it in.
So they come up and push under center here. Vita looking for some help. The push across the goal line. Touchdown, Providence. Vita gets in. And a 3-score lead for the Celtics here to start the second half.
Whether it's been in the defensive front, the interior offensive line, or Broden Mackert, anybody in between, strength has defined this game for Providence Catholic. So if you're 18 inches from the goal line, why not get your best guys behind Dominic Vita and shove them into the end zone? 3-score lead for the Celtics. Impressive stuff we've seen from them.
Don't say this lightly, but Ben Coleman is a monster in terms of his size. He's the one helping you from the backside. You just ride that as long as you can. Vlasic the extra point this time. It is good. Change the holders back. It's going to be Garrigan on that hold that time. And so 21-0 our score here midway through the third quarter. Take a timeout. This is the IHSA Class 5A State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Whoa. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
That would be a huge victory for Allen. I'd be very happy for him.
Welcome back here to Providence Catholic, 21-0. Dominic Vita getting in from 1 yard out on third down, and all strength, and Providence doing everything they want right here to start the second half. Onside, and it's recovered. Crotty right there paying attention.
Onside kick recovered by Oak
Lance going into the old bag of tricks to try and see if he can catch him off guard, and he cannot.
Most times, I never hate a gamble in football. You look at Sean Payton and the coming out of the second half of the Super Bowl that the New Orleans Saints won back in the late 2000s. That gamble paid off. Now here, you're up 3 scores. Maybe getting the ball back you think cements the game for you. But when your defense has let up 0 points on the board, I'll admit, it's kind of a head-scratching decision there from the Providence Catholic coaching staff.
Give him good field position here from the 49 here. So they just went 3 and out. Trusting their defense. Option. Chop's going to keep it. Picks up 4 or 5. And on the stop there, Garrigan and Dirks. Garrigan credited with the tackle.
Yeah, Chop is keeping the ball on these options a little bit. Again, they ran it to the short side, able to get 5 yards on it this time when they only got 2 or 3 that first time around. But this is exactly where their offense stalled out last time.
They're going to keep pitch it again. No, he's going to keep it this time. Chop gets away from a tackler, and he gets all the way across the first down marker.
Colin Shedwell just missed him about the 49-yard line for a big loss.
It's not always getting to the outside and just getting that ball out there, or more so the threat of just getting that ball out there. We mentioned misdirection's huge in this offense, as it is in any offense these days, but Chop is working masterfully with the option right now and has a fresh set of downs for the Bengals.
And so the patience for Oak Forest at this point, but that clock continues to run. And so now they finally get moving here. Sense of urgency not quite to the level where they want it to be just yet, and that's going to be Copper, driven back by a host of tacklers. Garrigan finishing that one off.
Some solid gains here for Oak Forest, but that clock is continuing to be an issue now. They're just going to keep ticking right now. And so they have 3 scores to make up, about 18 and a half minutes to do it. Got to imagine they're going to start getting it through the air, even if it hasn't boded well for them previously.
2nd down and 5 coming up, 2nd and 4 as we are approaching the midway point of this third quarter. And the Chop's going to throw, rather, and over the middle, caught inside the 10 to the goal line, touchdown. Andrew Dawson on the slant, 31-yard touchdown for the Bengals.
Well, ask and ye shall receive when it comes to throwing the ball and getting this offense going. That's absolutely what they did, and it looks like Dawson shaken up a little bit after that as the referees and his teammates calling people over, which if he's hurt, I mean, of course he scored that touchdown there. A huge player for Oak Forest, plays 2 ways. That's his 9th touchdown of the year. So looks like the trainers are going to come check on him in the end zone. We hope Dawson's okay.
We'll take a timeout while they attend to the injury. This is the NFHS Network's coverage of the IHSA State Semifinals.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You say my kid?
All right, Andrew Dawson helped up as he is walking off the field, so good sign for the Bengals. After his 9th touchdown of the year, that shot in the end zone he took was a little bit too much for him. And so 31-yard touchdown catch a week ago, 48-yard touchdown catch. So able to find his way to the end zone. It's Morales that will be on for the extra point. High snap. It is on its way, and it is good. Another timeout. We'll be back momentarily. A score, 21-7. Providence with the lead here in the third quarter. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us.
All right, so after a touchdown, Oak Forest gets it to a 2-score game, 21-7 here midway through this third quarter. Matt Rodewald, Andy Dietrich with you here. You thinking onside, maybe squib kick, maybe kick it deep? You got a couple choices here with 18 minutes left in this one.
I think it's fair no matter what you do. You want to limit the deep threat of Xavier Coleman sitting back there returning. We're going to see what Oak Forest chooses to do here. No onside. They're going to keep with it.
But it's right into that wind, which is going to allow for McKay to return it, and he gets it out to the 20. And he got free of a tackle and back out to the 30-yard line. And so decent field position, but no risk there for Oak Forest.
I think no matter what decision you make there, you can justify it. If you do choose to onside, even though we're only halfway through the third, you can quote being down 2 scores and your defense's inability to get off the field. If you kick it deep, as long as you don't let up a long return, then you can justify that, hey, we have plenty of time. Our offense just made its first points of the game. Why can't we do that again?
You're not really looking at the clock and scoreboard yet, but you're kind of glancing over at it at just a little bit more from here on in with a 21-7 deficit for the Bengals. Meanwhile, Providence goes back to work. This is going to be Vita. Hands it off. Mackert straight up ahead off the left guard and stopped after a yard or so.
First guy there for Oak Forest is...
I think that's a big sign for Oak Forest already.
Chris
the one
Jensen,
thing about getting the ball back to Providence Catholic was allowing them, they want to run this clock out. They've been running the ball so well, what's to stop them? Oak Forest can continue to get through the line like that as they stack the line here with it looks like 7 or 8 in the box. Bodes well for them.
You got 5 down linemen, or 4, I should say. You got Crotty on the outside.
What now? How they can pop up like that?
As long as their hand is not in the ground. Okay. You notice the guard? Yep. The guard is
So Vita will keep it this time. Pressure evades one tackler and stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nico Alderando back on the field really disrupted the flow on that one. It's going to bring up a long third down.
Providence Catholic, interesting choice on what they're going to do in third down right here. Do they want to try and air it out, get a little more aggressive? They're going to keep with this conservative play calling, because even though the run game's been working well, a 3-and-out is just going to put the plan and, you know, all the attention back into Oak Forest offense, which again just struck first on that last drive.
This is a monster third down for the Bengals right here at 3rd down and 8 from the 35-yard line. They've got to get to the 43. Vita's going to throw. Looks to the right side with pressure coming. Caught Stubbs, and Stubbs mishandled it for a second, but he hang on. And he's still going, dragging tacklers all the way to the 40-yard line. Big time pickup for Curtis Stubbs, about 20 yards.
With only 3 guys rushing the quarterback on that sort of pattern, it's all about timing. 1/2 second off, too early, too late, that pass is not getting completed. But the sophomore Dom Vita stood in there, nearly took a hit from the defensive line, and got it directly to his man Stubbs. Just really impressive stuff when you talk about the chemistry that's required between quarterback and wide receiver to make that first down happen.
25 yards officially on the pickup, 1st and 10 at the 4-minute mark here of this third quarter. 1 receiver each side. And we get to see a good sign. Joey Levy back on the floor. Or back on the field, I should say. I'm already in basketball mode. 1st and 10, here we go. Vita now. Deep throw, left side, Coleman. Caught! Touchdown! Xavier Coleman. His 5th touchdown catch of the year. And the answer for the Celtics. Back to a 3-score lead.
Well, Oak Forest defense liked what they saw on that first down, got more guys into the box over the center of the field, and left Xavier Coleman on an island with 1 defender. And unfortunately, all-stater like Coleman, when you leave him one-on-one like that, he's going to make you pay. Impressive pitching catch. Coleman really showing his prowess, and Providence Catholic takes back the driver's seat position in this game.
40 yards on the catch. The pitch and catch from Vita to Coleman. Vita's run for 1, now thrown for 1. And the extra point from Vlasic. On the way. Plenty of leg. It is good. 3:39 remaining in this third quarter. So Providence sees the touchdown and answers with one of their own. Still in control. Celtics in front. Timeout here. This is the IHSA Class 5A State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Whoa! More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Back in New Lenox here, 28-7. The Providence Catholic Celtics have been in control of this one here and never really wavered. And they get one back on the board, ready to kick off. Back to Oak Forest. End over end, much better this time. It's going to be taken right at the goal line. It's LaFleur who stays out, and that is where we're going to have a late flag, just a little too much there. A late hit penalty here, and we'll sort that out here momentarily. Matt Donnelly has an injury update for us.
Joe Levy was back on the sideline with his ankle heavily taped up. He was on the bike and hobbling around before going back into the game. On that touchdown drive for the Bengals, star wide receiver Andrew Dawson was helped off the field holding his wrist, being treated by multiple members of the training staff. As I was leaving, they were putting a brace on his left arm.
All right, thanks, Matt. They waive off the penalty, by the way, after a long discussion there. But we saw Levy go down and saw him get back on that last drive there. And it's just one of those things where you see a kid like Levy, a senior fullback, trying to make sure he gets on the field for the last time he steps on this field for a game.
He certainly seems like one of those guys that there's almost nothing that can keep him off the field, especially probably your last home, actually certainly your last home game in front of these home fans here at Providence Catholic. So,
and meanwhile for Dawson, that is an injury you got to keep an eye out as being a two-way guy, the only two-way guy they have that impacts you more than just on the offense. And so we'll see.
I do not see Dawson back out in the field.
Nope, not yet. And so that is. So there was a penalty, there isn't a penalty. So they wave it all off, 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. They go with Chop keeping it and cuts inside a tackler, gets out to the first down and more. The Celtics have been pushing the hits right at the edge of the line there on those out-of-bounds plays.
Yeah, Chop is prolific in what he's able to do. He had the touchdown through the air. I think what's more impressive is what he can do on these options when you get him into some open space, let alone the other weapons on this offense. So, again, they keep running it to the short side of the field. They keep making me eat my words, though, Matt, because it keeps working.
Give a lot of credit to the edges there. Tackles, Louis Stasic and George Skura. It's not easy to run this option. And it's Chop again, another big chunk of 12 yards. Oak Forest has really not had a lot of problem moving the football today.
Yeah, it's probably frustrating for their offense to see only 7 points on the board as they still trail by 3 possessions. And of course, Providence Catholic's offense has a lot to thank for that. But Oak Forest, if they can punch in a couple more and make this a ball game, they might just have an outside chance at making this fourth quarter a close one.
Yet to make the Celtics punt at all today. And so they wait for the signal. Clock continues to run. They've taken a good chunk amount of time here. Down by 3 scores. And so 2 receivers to the near side with the wingback set. Fake the motion. Keep for Chop. Up ahead. Knifing his way through some tacklers, and he picked up a good 5 there. 48-yard line.
He kept the ball. That one was in between the gut.
I think it was Gavin Farley that was the first one to meet him.
Even though that's their shortest gain of the drive, it's still a 5-yard run on first down. No coach is ever going to complain about that. Really seems like when they went over to that sideline after the last drive, it was head coach of Oak Forest, Zach Sadek, that just kind of looked at his quarterback and said, "This is your ball game. Get us back into it." And right now, Chop has answered the call.
Continue to take their time, though, in these in-between plays here to get the signals going.
We're going to be under 2 minutes here on the snap of the ball.
So, pistol set in the wing.
And in motion.
Straight end around. And LaFleur gets to the sticks. And did Nico LaFleur stay inbound? They stop the clock. And they stop it to move the chains on the first down here.
And they're attacking the short side of the field, David, because of the fact there's one less player. They're running twins to the...
Continuing to run the short side of the field, which, as someone else has mentioned, it's the weak side for Providence Catholic. So as much as that's been working, the clock is going to continue to run now with the first down. Looks like we're still getting the play from the sidelines, that's all.
And again, Oak Forest just letting the clock run.
And you see the clock continue to go. LaFleur on the motion there. They give straight ahead. McMaster, who hasn't had a lot of touches today, he gets 6 or 7 there. And it's clear that they've been trying to use the edges to try and get him going, but they haven't been able to get him going up the gut. Credit to the Celtics front 3, I should say. It's a pickup of 7 on that one. That's the biggest gain that McMaster's had today.
As someone who's normally such a big name in this offense, as you said, it's a little surprising to not see his name in the books as much. But with the struggles they've had in the first half against the interior line for Providence Catholic, it makes a lot of sense. But the question still remains: the mid and going to air this out. They're going to continue to be a little aggressive. Now, still getting the play call in from the second.
I'm stunned at how much time it is taking to get in plays, and now they've got to call a timeout as a result. So we'll take one as well and sort it out when we come back. We're under a minute to go here in this third quarter. Oak Forest is moving. They're moving the football, and we'll see if they can punch it in the end zone. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back. 2nd down and 3 coming out of the timeout. Oak Forest having issues getting their play calls in. And so Chop will throw left side trying to throw it up and underneath. A flag, 2 flags have come out. They're trying to find LaFleur. Garrigan down there on the coverage with LaQuinta.
Waiting to see what this is, but I think it's going to be a holding penalty against somebody in the secondary of Providence Catholic, and it's going to be pass interference, in fact.
So it's just not a spot foul. It's a 15-yarder. And so it's a first down. They get to the 25-yard line. So again, Oak Forest 11-1 on the year. The only game that they really struggled in was offensively was that Week 8 matchup against Hillcrest on the road. They only put 8 in the board on that one. The following week was a bit of a surprise by beating Lamont, but they haven't had really a tight game in the second half ever since. Peoria took them a while to break it open, but here they have not gotten anything moving quickly with a sense of urgency. That first carry there on the new set of downs gets them about 2 yards, and it's going to be a stop. Declan Dirks, the first one to meet him.
Yeah, they're still very much content with running the ball, waiting to get the play in from the sidelines. They burned a timeout after letting some clock go off. Right now, they're playing like they're the ones with a 28-7 lead and not their opponents.
Campbell moves pretty fast. I wrote a
Second down and 9 to get the play off before the end of the quarter, maybe. Now they look over for the signal, and I guess not.
I can't believe it.
Tick, 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 tick. Providence Catholic, I'm sure they're loving it.
Third quarter. And so a drive that took the last 3.5 minutes off the clock only ended up running about 5 or 6 plays. See if Oak Forest can pick up the sense of urgency as we head to the fourth quarter here. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Whoa! More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores.
7, Oak Forest with the 2nd and 9. For the Celtic 20.
All right, welcome back here. Oak Forest driving as we start the fourth quarter here. 28-7. Providence has been in front. End around. It's LaFleur. And he goes through a few tacklers, escapes down the sideline, and he's going to be out of bounds. He tiptoed his way, and he stepped out at the 12-yard line. You can see Nico LaFleur upset, and understandably so. He had a lot of green turf in front of him.
I think he can both be frustrated at the fact that he wanted the touchdown, because who wouldn't want one? But now they have to continue running plays, and some more time gets chewed off that clock. We're all kind of sitting here wondering, where exactly is the urgency? Where is that sense of danger for Oak Forest in getting this ball into the end zone as quickly as possible?
Down 3 scores. And give back to the left side and to the end. And they're going to keep the clock running. And LaFleur, they say he was stopped in bounds. Pickup of 2 or 3 on that one, but it may not matter in the end here if they don't get in the end zone, but it's one of those things where you'd like to give yourself as much time as possible playing the clock game. And again, that 20 seconds have run off since that last play.
Providence up 28-7.
Here's Chop, man in motion. Chop's going to keep it, and he cuts inside the 10 and down to the 6, where they're going to stop it at the 7-yard line. You can get a first down at this set of chains. They can get to the 3, maybe the 2 to get the first down.
haven't seen out there since
Much better performance there from Providence Catholic defense in terms of limiting what Chop can do on that option. Had not one but two guys ready to meet him on that outside edge before he can get the ball out. And again, as they wait for the signal from the sidelines, I can physically see the Providence Catholic sideline firing up the crowd because they know more time with Oak Forest offense in the field bodes better for them.
Still have not seen Andrew Dawson out there. That injury still keeping him off the field right now. End around this time for Coffer. And he's got hit at the 5, and he got stuffed back to the 3 and close to the first down marker, but he's going to be short by a yard.
At the running back and knock him backwards.
And that is going to be 4th down coming up here.
They're going to have to try to throw the ball.
Well, 4th and about 3 or 4 yards to go. Here's your ball game here, Matt. If Oak Forest wants any chance to try and cut into this deficit to fight back against this hostile home crowd of Providence Catholic going against them, here it is. And these 4 yards to extend the game. If not, might want to book this one for the Celtics.
Providence fans on their feet here on 4th down and 3. Straight up. No, it's Chop. He's going to pitch it. Cut inside to the touchdown. Ethan Kofer gets in, scampers his way, 5 yards out, and a touchdown for Oak Forest.
The Bengals did not hear a bell yet. It took them a little bit longer than they wanted to go ahead and get down the field, but they now cut into this deficit. An extra point makes it a 14-point game, and in the state semifinals, anything can happen. Just really impressive stuff by Danny Chop to lead his team down the field when they're facing some sort of adversity from Providence Catholic.
5-yard touchdown run, and for him, it's his 3rd touchdown of the year. Morales for the extra point. The snap is pretty much perfect, then it's blocked. And it's blocked, and I think it was Dom Infelice that came through and busted it up. So the extra point is no good. Timeout on the field, a 28-13 score. Providence still in control. Oak Forest trying to rally here in the second half of the IHSA State Semifinals here on the NFHS Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on. What's wrong with
28-13, Providence with the lead here. Matt Rodewald, Andy Dietrich, Matt Donnelly with you here on the sideline as well. And with under 10 minutes to go, 2-possession game. Seems like there's the feeling of an onside coming. And Morales is lined up for it. Let's watch it. Does he get the bounce? He does not. And Broden Mackert, of course, picks up with the hands team on the field. No damage done, and Oak Forest, or rather Providence, will take over in the other side of midfield.
My goodness, what can't Macker do? He's a Swiss Army knife. At this point, he's going to be the one going out when a player's injured and giving the guys water and stuff. He's certainly one of my candidates for player of the game for this Celtics team that sure looks like they're looking to contend for their 11th state championship.
So rather in the other side of midfield at the 49-yard line, Providence will have good field position here. They've been able to run the ball and do what they want.
I love that kid.
And Levy's back on the field, as you mentioned.
That kid's a warrior.
You can see that's a lot of tape. He can barely move over there. Go the end around as Coleman tries to cut back inside. Cross midfield. Blockers in front of him. Curtis Stubbs leading the charge. And a big pickup. Celtics with enough size and just enough speed to do whatever they want at this point.
Yeah, you knew they were going to keep it on the ground. You didn't know exactly how, but with number 2 on the field in Xavier Coleman, the things that he's able to do, get him the ball in space, get him some blockers, and he's going to do the rest. So just immense work from that offensive line in front of him, and what a great spot for the Celtics to be in.
Got 3 touchdowns on the ground coming in on the season just because of the ability to get the end around. 20 carries, so they go to it quite a bit. And maybe 1 out of every 3 times he touches the ball, it's on the run. They shift to the left side now. See if they do it the other way.
Run to the left.
It's going to be McKay. The blockers in front of him. Cuts back inside. First down and more. To the 10 and all the way out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Big chunks of yards and the Celtics feeling good.
And it's great when they can run to that wide side of the field when it's on the left, because the left tackle over there, Bryce Tenza, the All-Stater, stands at 6'3", 290, getting out there, not just blocking the DN in front of him, getting to the second level after he peels off and creating even more of a lane for his running back there. So, again, what can't you say about Providence Catholic? Another first and goal situation for them.
Yeah, the clock continues to run here as well, which is just fine with the Celtics as they continue to go in for another score here. 39 on the board last week against Washington. Trying to do it again. And McKay gets past the line of scrimmage and a stop, and everybody's involved in that one here. And looks like Chris Jensen, Dominic Fern in on the stop. He's ugly more than anything else.
Yeah, it's going to be strength versus strength. I actually think Providence Catholic's okay with not scoring immediately here. If anything, it's just less time for Oak Forest to pull off some sort of miracle comeback. But again, they're not satisfied until that clock gets 0-0, and they've booked their ticket to go downstate and play for a team.
This is kind of deliberate offensive attack that you saw Oak Forest doing, down by 3 scores. As they go to McKay on the right side. Here's Vita, takes a snap. He's going to fake the end around and keep it himself right up the gut. That's a good stop. Jason Janke met him in the hole and picked up a couple.
With that play,
but wind it and keep running.
That they're spying on Vita down.
The great Chris Berman once said, tick, 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 tick. Nothing wrong with that if you're PC looking at this right now. As long as no one gets banged up out there, pretty aggressive run from the quarterback Vita right there. His big frame, it looks just fine to me.
Well, this holds up. Providence will face either Rochester or Breeze Central in that 5A title game on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., trying to punch it in to give themselves an even more comfortable feel for it. McKay tries to shuffle back inside the 5, gets down to the 3-yard line. And if you're Tyler Plants with a 15-point lead, a field goal makes it a 3-possession game, and I think they're going to go for the field goal here.
Obviously, the miscue at the end of the first half with a miss from Vlasic on your mind. But I think with the opportunity to go up 3 scores with 6.5 and counting right now, I think especially you're better field position, the opportunity is too good to pass up.
It was a 35-yard attempt at the end of the half on the right hash, and it just kept hanging right. Plenty of distance wasn't the issue. They changed out holders now. Garrigan started it. On the field goal attempt, he didn't hold it that time. He does here. It's a high snap. That one's up and in the air, and it should be good. It is. 31-13 our score with 6:08 remaining in this one. Timeout on the field. This is the IHSA Class 5A State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Whoa. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Not in a hurry. We'll see what happens now, but they've not been in a hurry.
Providence Catholic set to kick off with a 31-13 lead here in the fourth quarter. 6 and change to go. It's going to be an end-over-end kick. This is going to be LaFleur on the return from the 10-yard line. And stopped and met at the hole. And that will not be a big return. Gavin Farley on the stop. And so Oak Forest will go from there. Let's check in with Matt Donnelly.
Some injury updates from the Bengals sideline. Right before the fourth quarter, Andrew Dawson was carted to the locker room with the injury to his left arm. He is officially done for the day. It's all business on the Providence sideline. The message to the Providence defense, stay on your assignments. There's still game left to be played.
All right, thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. And not have Andrew Dawson out there for the rest of this one is a huge blow for Oak Forest, both offensively and defensively. That pass short, incomplete.
Oak Forest, we hope that at this point, this is where you open up that 2-minute, 4-minute offense that you go over in practice. And we do see a pass from them there. Nothing going there. Without Andrew Dawson, their top weapon, they're going to need somebody else to step up to replace all that productivity he's given them this season.
Trying to get it over to Davion Pacone, the junior, who's got one touchdown catch, or one catch for the year, and that was a touchdown catch. And so, throw again, rolls away from some pressure, throws it, and nearly intercepted. You had Gavin Farley and Garrigan there for it, and you can see these risky throws here now a little bit more as we get towards the end of this thing.
You have to take the gamble here. Down 3 scores within 6 minutes. Chop is flushed out of the pocket, almost about to run out of bounds when he's just got to put something up there. Hard to blame him for that, but again, look at the scoreboard. Kind of in dire straits, so now you got to get something out there.
So 3rd down and 10.
There's a bike on the bike trail for you, Joe, in old memory.
3 down linemen. We'll see if pressure comes. It isn't. Option. They pitch it outside. Wide pitch there, and Kofer is able to get to it. Did he stay in bounds? That's the question. Where do they mark it? Oh, that is a... Well, they're going to get the ball first. Now we're moving back.
For a second, looked like an incredibly generous spot there, huh?
It's going to be... That's one of those, like, nobody understood what he was doing. What was getting the ball first, then we'll go find a spot. Typically, you get the spot, then you get the ball. Just kind of had a freak-out moment for folks on the Providence sideline here, but they got it right. 4th down and 4. Season on the line just to keep it alive. They got to get the first down to have any sort of shot here. It's going to be up the gut and the first down. That's McMaster that comes through, and the all-conference running back was able to pick up the first down, and now the urgency picks up.
Don't see them going to the huddle. Again, it's going to have to be the air attack with Chop. As good as the rushing game has been, when you're down 3 scores within 5.5 minutes, Chop's going to have to show his all-state prowess here.
Out of the wing, they end around. Now they're going to halfback pass it. It's Kofer to throw and nearly intercepted. That's what.
That's got to be offensive pass interference. That's what it should have been.
That was knocked down by Patton. We have a flag somewhere.
We did have something down.
We have a pass interference on the way to the.
No signal yet.
I'm not sure what we have here.
It will be pass interference against PC.
At the end of the play, Pacone was doing everything he could to defend that pass, and he should have been called for a pass interference. I want to say the pass interference or whatever I'm not sure what they called there, to be honest with you, but there was contact prior to that.
By the spot of the flag, that's what it looked like, is that the referee called that foul before the ball was actually thrown, and Pacone actually had to turn from a wide receiver to a defensive back.
Could have been offsetting at this point is what I'm trying to say. It took me a minute to get that out. 5:20 to go. End around pitch. LaFleur stopped in the backfield and finished off. Lamar Winfield coming through there. Broke that in part. And that's going to be a loss of 8 on that one.
Winfield's one of the guys that, against a team that likes to get to the edge so much, certainly had his day cut out for him. And right there, I think he's just capping off a terrific day him and the rest of Providence Catholic defense have had. And again, more talking to the sidelines for Oak Forest and just completely allowing that clock to take them out of this one. Looks like they just called a timeout here, though.
I don't know why we're moving the ball. I don't know why we stopped the clock. We're waiting to kind of figure out. There's a discussion at the moment. Now I don't know what the discussion's about.
I think I do see a flag down here on the near side near the 50-yard line.
Yeah, there is a flag at the 50-yard line.
Is there, or is that?
That's the marker at midfield, actually, for soccer. So that's. Now we have an explanation. We got a face mask. That's what we have. After all that.
Yes.
Face mask penalty on that drag down is going to move it to 2nd and 5. It took a bit for that to figure it out. Get all that?
This, that, and the other. Where in the world is
Sure.
Carmen Sandiego? I'm not quite sure, but 2nd and 5, I guess. That's about all I know, Matt.
Oak Forest keeps going. Chop rolling out, pressure, throws, has a man, and he had LaFleur, but he overshot him, and a late penalty comes in again.
And they're going to call roughing the passer.
I mean, Chop did take an absolute hit as he let this one go, which, I mean, Providence Catholic was coming up and in the right position to go ahead and defend that. I don't know if I agree that he got there maybe too late for it. We'll see what the referees decide if they want to pick this one up.
They've picked up a couple of flags here in this one. They're marching it, though. They are going to march it down, and let's see here. Again, 31-13 is the context for this. Yeah, they're going to call roughing the passer on that one. That's going to move the ball to the 27-yard line. The question that you have is, was he near the line of scrimmage? Was he over the line of scrimmage when he threw the football?
It was certainly close. I think he just kind of saw the window down there and took a chance in it, even if he was nearly past the line.
Fake the reverse, chop. That one deflected on the throw. It was tipped or it was his arm was hit. Either way, Gavin Farley.
No flag on that play, Joe.
The longest 30 seconds we've had in a while.
Yeah, Providence Catholic finally completing a play without a flag, whether they deserved it or not, who's to say. But excellent job staying home on that kind of fake reverse pass we saw there and getting and breaking that pass up before it could even be thrown. It's Gavin Farley, who is quite prolific in his own right.
Chop looking to let it go, and he does, and it's caught right at the end line there, and it's going to be McMaster. So close to the first down.
Clock down to 4:49.
It's starting to lose track of what down it is because of the penalties here, and this is 3rd down and 3.
Third down and 3. Game of the week.
They got to get to the 17-yard line.
Center.
See if they go to the wide side this time. No, they go back to the short side. It's going to be Kofer getting the first down, and he did pick it up.
And they get the first down, but I agree, Joe. What about the block in the back?
I agree with that right there.
No flag there, though.
No.
Oak Forest clinging to life here. They're still moving the ball down the field, but down 3 scores, 4.5 minutes. Going to have to put that ball in the end zone and get a couple onside kicks to go their way still.
Chop to throw, right side, and throws it right at an late flag, comes in again. Now, I'm giggling because you're in a Providence press box where there's no cheering in the press box, but not in the Catholic League. That's not how it works here. That's not how that works in the Catholic League. So everyone's making noise.
Late flag on that far side
It
for
was
pass
late.
Interference, but I do think it's the right call. I think it did came in a little bit late. I mean, he got in the way of him, and Providence Catholic's been really plagued by penalties in this drive. But again, the ref's going to call what they see, and I think that was the right call there.
So on the end line there, they call the penalty to get it 1st and goal.
Down 31-13, 4:28 left.
Clock stopped at 4:28. Oh, the grumbling is real at this point. Same work the end around. And they get inside the 5 and out of bounds. They're going to get to the 3-yard line. That's going to be LaFleur. They keep working that end around. It worked early. It hasn't worked nearly as much in the second half as they continue to key on that.
Yeah, compared to the first couple drives of the game, not able to set the edge as much as they were previously. Maybe Providence Catholic kind of game planning, getting their guys to the edge, making them get and contain a little bit. Not quite sure, but either way, with 4:20, and clock is stopped for now, but we sit here on 1st and goal from the 5. Who's to say what's going to happen for Oak Forest?
It's going to be Chop keeping it to the goal line. Touchdown, Oak Forest. And they're still within striking distance here with 4 minutes and change to go.
You missed the extra point, you got to.
And because they're down by 12 to get it to within 10, you would expect them to go for 2. Oak Forest kind of running off the field like they were expecting the extra point. Now they got to get everybody gathered here. And so a 2-point conversion coming up.
2-point try
Whether it's the inability to get the ball moving fast in between plays or right there, not being ready to run the 2-point conversion, a little bit of miscues that are concerning on the Oak Forest end, but they need this one. Here we go.
Chop to throw to the goal line, caught, and the conversion is good. Nico LaFleur, and it's 31-21.
Well, the door is slightly open here, gotta say, for Oak Forest. I mean, look, we mentioned it before when it comes down to this Bengal offense. They're not much without Danny Chop, their senior quarterback. So Coach Zach Sadek on the sidelines looked right at him and said, you're going to try and get us back into this game. It's on you. See what you can do as our fearless leader being in the field general spot.
We'll keep it here for a second as we get ready for the onside kick. And so they went to the right side on that onside. They didn't get the pop that you need, and with the pop, I'm talking about the ball, actually getting that one bounce that you got to get with about the 8-yard mark of that 10-yard fight, so to speak.
There is not many plays in sports quite like the onside kick, where you have to kick it a certain amount of yards, but not too far, but not too minimal. You have to basically get, I won't say lucky, there is certainly a certain amount of skill with it, but most of the time you see the onside kicks recovered successfully. It's because it bounced off the shoulder pad of a attempting recovering person on the receiving team. We're going to need that from Providence Catholic.
So the hands out there, McKay. We got Mackert out also the junior running back, Jackson Killeen, number 27 near side. They go back to the right side. Can they get the pop? They do, and it's Coleman right there in that second level, able to grab it and go right down.
I guess if you're going to have a hands team in there, might as well have the all-state wideout in there to go ahead and secure that one. So 4 minutes, 13 seconds. Providence Catholic, I believe, has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Or, excuse me, looking at Oak Forest, they have 2 of their timeouts remaining. They're definitely going to try and get into that if they want to somehow get this ball back with any sort of substantial time on the clock.
Again, they haven't forced a punt today, and so that's been the issue, is getting off the field on 3rd and 4th down.
Makes his way out there again. Yep.
And so Dom Vita, the sophomore, I'm seeing some good quarterbacks, young quarterbacks at the sophomore level and lower in these last few years in the Catholic League. It's Coleman on the end around. He stays in bounds as he cuts in, but a flag comes in, and that's going to stop the clock. I'm going to get a holding penalty.
Coleman on the carry.
Providence got to be over 100 yards in penalties today.
Yes, I agree.
So there's the holding call, the official. And so that's going to bring it back and keep the door very, very slightly ajar.
Well, what they're saying is this whole took place at the line of scrimmage.
You look at the score, it really feels like Providence Catholic's been in the driver's seat the whole game. If there's one thing you could be concerned about if you're the Celtics coaching staff, it is this amount of penalties, especially down the stretch. I'm not sure how many of them are even going to affect the outcome here, but again, with one game left this season being the biggest game of a lot of these young men's career, it's something to look at before next week.
This is how you keep teams in games, the amount of penalties here, but Oak Forest has not been able to provide a lot of pressure, so the clock runs. And they hand it off to Mackert as he works the far left side. He's got room to move and finally driven down. Kevin Sullivan had to get all he could to get him back down, and they get the first down and they move the... Check it, they don't get the first down. They got a lot back, though. They get about 16 yards.
Tenza was out there also.
Check it, 17 yards. We 2nd and 3 coming up.
If you're able to give that sort of push to Mackert and let him get his wheels going on the edge there, I mean, who needs to throw the ball? Despite Dom Vita being an incredible quarterback, I think this is just a very well-thought-out game plan. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Even if it's that simple, it's been working.
So they go back to the wide side again.
He'll wait as long as he can.
So Mackert takes this one. Line of scrimmage, first down and more, and they get inside the 40-yard line. Stopped by Janke on that one as well. Devin Booth having it from the front line to go back and get him as well.
Clock is still ticking, and I think some of the thankless tasks when it comes to a team running the ball this well is the blocking, not just between the big guys in the middle, but on the outside. The wide receivers are getting down the field and continuing to not only open, but just widen these lanes for Mackert, for Mackey, whoever's got the ball in their hands.
Closing in on 2.5 minutes Oak Forest has 2 timeouts left, but they haven't been in position to use them just yet because they can't get them in the down and distance to use them. Mackert is going to continue on the right side this time. Gets inside the 35-yard line. And Janke again with the stop. There's the first timeout. They have to use it now. We'll take a timeout here as well. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see what I did?
Yeah,
Come on, what's wrong with you?
All right, out of the timeout, we are set to go. 2nd down and 5. 2:26 left here as the Providence Celtics are knocking on the door of a 15th trip to the state championship game. Mackert plows ahead, stop down, and another timeout. Be 3rd down and 2. We'll take a break as well. 3rd and 2 coming up as Oak Forest calls another timeout. This is the IHSA State Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers.
Play of the year for Oak Forest, 3rd down and 3. They've got to get off the field with 2 downs here to do so. They can force the turnover even better. We had turnovers early, but nothing since. Mackert through the first line, and that's going to take him within the 10 and the slide down. Wow. You never see that at this level. Impressive.
Selfless play from Mackert. He's only a junior. Certainly he wants to boost his stats to make his resume look a little better to college coaches. He's got his eyes in the state championship, though, Matt, as does all these Providence Catholic Celtics fans in attendance.
He was staring at his 23rd touchdown of the year, and he decided he didn't need it. And so that will do it, as Providence will simply kneel it down and take all the clock down. No timeouts with Oak Forest left.
Down to 143.
I don't know if they can run the whole thing out here, but I think they should be able to. And it's the 1st down. Providence is going to go to the state championship game for the 15th time in school history, and it's their 100th playoff victory of all time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool milestone as the Providence fans come to their feet. And Tyler Plants will get back to the state championship for the 2nd time in 4 years. And now what's next? Trying to win a state championship. They've won it a lot, but they haven't done it since 2014. 11-year drought is a big deal in this town.
It's unbelievable. You know, you look at Oak Forest, they have yet to ever make it to, or excuse me, they've yet to ever make it to a state championship, let alone win it. And a tremendous season for them. But the pedigree here at Providence Catholic, like you said, 11 years is far too long. The way this team's playing right now, it's fair to say they have a solid shot at ending that drought.
Oak Forest will finish at 11-2, but one heck of a season for these seniors who finished 2-7 as sophomores. But one more kneel down, and the Celtics championship dreams stay alive. Vita and company come over to the sideline, and it's going to be a squeaker by all things comparison on the scoreboard. But the Celtics dominated, did not punt, and they will get the 31-21 win over Oak Forest to clinch a bid to the state championship game for the 15th time. And is the earliest handshake line I've ever seen, with the clock still running. And now we get to say it's official. Providence, a winner here in New Lenox. Their first semifinal win at home since 2001. Been a long time to celebrate on this field, and they do so with a win over Oak Forest. Take a timeout. Postgame next here. Providence 31-21 over Oak Forest. This is the IHSA Class 5A state semifinal on the NFHS network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow Christina processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country.
One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
Welcome down to the field here at Providence Catholic High School. It's official, folks. The Celtics are going back to the state championship game. A 31-21 win over Oak Forest in the semifinals has them set up to return to the Class 5A state title. Standing next to me, our player of the game, running back Broden Mackert of Providence Catholic. Let's start. How are you and the team feeling right now? Emotions are so high. You're going back to the title. How's it feel, my friend?
It feels great. It's, I mean, we've worked hard for it, and we've just been grinding, so it feels great to see that worked off. So.
Yeah, you started this game out pretty strong. Guys really wanted to establish that run game early. All credit to you, Dom Vita, the rest of the offense. What are you able to do to find so much success this year when it comes on the offensive end?
Just being to work as a team. I mean, all around the field we succeed on pass and running. The O-line's great. Love those guys. I mean, we just got to work. We work, and we just know that we're just going to run the ball and just succeed and move down the field. So.
You got some big boys in the offensive line. When you look at the defense, though, some big boys, some heavy hitters there as well. What did you like out of the defensive effort? And I guess what did you like that you want to carry into that state championship game no matter who you play?
I like how those guys don't stop. They keep going no matter what. So even if they get a penalty or something, they just keep going. They keep working. They don't stop. It's just hard-working guys over there.
And looking across at Oak Forest, that was a solid team you guys just took down. Whoever you faced in the championship game, you're sure to face a good opponent. What's the mindset for you and the rest of the team? I know you're a junior, but you have your finger on the pulse of this locker room. What do you guys need to do this week to go out and finish the job?
Just keep doing everything we're doing every week. I mean, every team we just focus on. We go practice hard, work hard. We focus on things, little things, fix some mistakes. I mean, we're ready for whoever.
That's all I needed to hear. Go celebrate, bro. And I appreciate your time. Best of luck the rest of the way. That's going to do it for us here at Providence Catholic High School and NFHS Network. We'll see you next time.